and welcome to the Wrestling Corner, episode 43. This is me, co-host Simon, taking it solo for once. Host Rowan got some ear pain, so unfortunately cannot make it today, but that will not stop me from running down Survivor Series and everything else in the wrestling world. And get ready, because I don't know whether I was in a bad mood yesterday but I did not like Survivor Series. But I'll come on to that. Right then, so just trying to think of cover any news to begin with. I know Top Flight have just signed with AEW, haven't they? Is it Dante and Darius Matt? So that's all right. I know Matt Sydal also signed, so AEW making a few moves. I don't think there's anything else too monumental that's happened this week in the world of wrestling. So we'll start things off with SmackDown for once, because then I'll go. I forgot we'll do this actually. Do I do SmackDown? Yeah, I'll do SmackDown and then Survivor Series, and then I'll go in the normal order, because it seems a bit weird to hang around for Survivor Series. So SmackDown started with the New Day and Street Profits against Ziggler, Rude, Corbin, and Zayn. Because apparently Baron Corbin and Sami Zayn are now a tag team for reasons, I guess. They said they could be. Well, they don't think they're a team, but they say if they were to team, they could easily be the New Day. So much for the New Day's emotional send-off on SmackDown 3 weeks ago, or whatever it was. But sure, I guess. It was all right. It was just a fun house show type sort of 8-man tag. Montez Ford got the win with a really big frog splash. He's really good. Monumental clash now. Natalya took on Tamina, with the winner joining the Women's Survivor Series team. Will it be third time lucky for Natalya? It was. Just as we predicted on the podcast, Natalya would, of course, take a spot on the team. And we said, I think me and Rowan said Billie Kay take the final spot. But instead they gave it to Bayley for reasons unexplained. Bayley was on commentary for this one, and then afterwards she declared herself the captain, and then they all lined up and kind of celebrated, but kind of not celebrated. So much for Bayley being so much for Bayley being the sort of menacing figure that she was a month ago with Sasha Banks in Hell in a Cell. Oh well. The contract signing, right? This was the best bit of SmackDown. This was awesome. So, Scrap Daddy, Adam Pearce, who, he didn't have the best night on Raw now, did he? He's at the head of the table, brings Drew McIntyre out, brings Roman Reigns out. Reigns sits at the head of the table, which was, I didn't actually notice until afterwards, but I really like that bit. Just nice little touches. And they had clip-on mics, I think. They weren't talking in sort of the big proper WWE microphones. Reigns is saying he knew McIntyre could do it. His cadence, the way he just carries himself, calling Drew a secondary champion, and you believe every word he's saying. That man has just hit another level. Is he the best thing on main roster right now? Yeah. I can't think of anything or anyone else. So that was awesome. We like a contract signing that doesn't end up in violence as well. Sort of good to deviate from the classic format, I guess. Seth Rollins versus Murphy, because of course this storyline is still going on. Surely not for much longer. I think it's done. I think this was it. So after Ray had beat Seth last week, to finish his storyline, this week it was Murphy. Murphy took most of the offense for the match, and then it hit. It is Murphy's Law. I feel like I haven't seen Murphy's Law in ages. It's one of the sweetest finishes that someone has, and it hit it, and then sort of crawled to the cover, which made it look quite good because it kept him down for more than 3. It kept him down for basically 10. So Murphy got the win, celebrated with the Mysterios. I'm glad this is done. I really hope Murphy doesn't stay with the Mysterios. I hope just Ali, just sort of Aaliyah, what she's called, just sort of I mean, it'd make less sense to split it from Murphy at this point. But if you're going to commit to it, I guess you've got to keep them together. But don't have Murphy just lurking around with Ray and Dom, a bit like Humberto Carrillo was earlier this year.
Where does Murphy go from this?
Oh, hello.
Yeah, good, carry on. I thought I'd be able to hop in, just give you someone to bounce off. I found the perfect position, so we're all good. Where does Murphy go from this?
He goes into the mid card, and I think that's all you can say.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, look, I'm not going to complain because he's in a featured position. Isn't he?
Yeah, true.
It's what we've been asking for so long. It's like I was going to moan on the Raw review that I'm not tired of Hurt Business, but they feel like they're in the same repetitive positions, and then I'm like, how am I actually tired of seeing Cedric Alexander in title matches? I'm probably just moaning for the sake of it at this point.
Good on Raw.
But they're so unoriginal. Raw was a slog.
Oh, it was.
Are you here to stay now? You in it for the long hour?
Yeah, but you're still doing the hosting duties today.
Oh, am I? Oh, okay.
Of course you are.
Cool. Right. So, and then it was main event on it. Daniel Bryan and Jey Uso. We had before that though. We had the segment with Sasha Banks and Asuka doing their weird interview type thing. Asuka rattles off John Cena's catchphrase because she's Japanese, lol. And then Carmella attacks her from behind. Okay, I'm sure. Right, at this point, I was like, all right, fair enough. At least we'll see like a Carmella interference at Survivor Series. About that.
Surely you see that.
Oh God. Yeah, I watched that match at Survivor Series on mute. I won't even watch it. Which is a shame because apparently it was a good match, but I didn't care. Which is the story of Survivor Series. Jey Uso and Daniel Bryan. So Mr. Small Package won with a small package. And he says, but he still wants more revenge because he didn't hurt him, he just beat him with a technical maneuver. This is continuing. I quite like it. I don't know about you, but I'm cool with it.
I like that Jey Uso is genuinely just trying to prove himself and it's not working when he's previously got wins and then he can't sort of pick wins now. The rum sort of in his head a little. I'm liking it.
It's a weird dynamic though because he's the underdog fighting from underneath, but he's still a heel.
Yeah. It's really good storytelling they've done, which is, I say that rare for WWE.
It's my main roster storyline of the year.
Yeah.
I don't think there's any recency bias there. I'm going back through earlier this year, and I mean, I guess you can maybe say Drew McIntyre's road to the title, but that's not so much a story. It's just a journey. That's just building a guy up. Whereas this has been a full-on story.
For sure.
Not just a story as well. A story that makes sense.
What? WWE making sense? Oh,
I know.
No, thank you.
As opposed to the stories that don't make sense, like building Lana up to have this monumental moment, only to have her be the sole survivor by standing on the stairs. Survivor Series.
Oh, we love it, don't we?
The kickoff show, dual branded battle royal. If this had been announced at podcast last week, who would you have said was going to win?
That's the thing. Angel Garza, because he's got a fresh fade.
Okay. I would have said either of the men that weren't in this match. Can you guess who?
Who would Lars?
They're both on SmackDown. Yeah, he's one of them.
Lars and Otis? No, Otis was on SmackDown's team. I don't know who the third one would be.
Big E. Where was Big E?
Yeah. That I think his odds are going to be slashed now about winning the Rumble.
I was really looking forward to this because I like these kind of battle royals because they usually, like, especially for the Saudi ones, they usually just throw in the people who haven't been seen on TV for months.
I didn't even know it was the thing.
Oh, did you not?
No. I was when I tuned up pre-show and I see Miz celebrating. I'm like, well.
I was looking forward to just seeing like a Bo Dallas cameo or something, for the first time, and everyone was there was just like proper, not mid card, but like they all get used. But
you saw Humberto.
Yeah, I was buzzing to see Humberto. Shinsuke was there, but no Cesaro. Huh.
Really weird. Really weird.
Okay. Rey Mysterio. Jeff Hardy and Elias were just standing next to each other, like they're not in a blood feud.
About after their blood feud where Hardy ran over Elias and stuff
Not,
like
no, not after their blood feud. During their blood feud, he's
and
put up the posters. That wasn't followed up on Raw, was it? I
booking.
just realised. Oh, God. Right, Miz. So I genuinely watched this match on 2 times speed. So I was gonna say there were 3 left, and Miz went under the bottom rope. Dominic eliminates Chad Gable, which was like Mysterio versus Angle to the second coming.
Yeah.
And then Miz is back, throws Dominic over, gets the win. I always remembered the Miz was there, but that's probably because I was watching on twice the speed of everyone else.
So I didn't know this match was happening, so I was watching the pre-show and I was sat with
Okay.
Kieran.
So basically, no one benefited from it. Dominic and Chad Gable had like a really good exchange and stuff. So it was basically, I think the best thing to come out of it was a showcase for Gable. And if Dominic had won, it'd have been cool. But then it was like, the Miz, classic
Thing is-
WWE, always putting over that young talent.
And I quite like because when I did end up rewatching it, if you was watching the match live, it's a really nice thing from Miz. Just a quick roll in, roll out,
Yeah.
like roll in, kick out, simple.
Oh, hang on, I've just got a text that I need to look up. Just give me a second.
That's fine.
Right, okay. Oh, so you know how I've dragged you into doing the podcast today and not tomorrow?
Yeah.
I've just been told that the bed is now not coming tomorrow. So,
Oh God.
never mind.
We're here. You work with what you've got.
Yeah. Right. Men's Survivor Series. So, Team Raw had all the build. Team SmackDown had no build. Were you expecting a clean sweep?
When Seth got himself eliminated, there was a thing in my back head saying they're doing the clean sweep. I was thinking it was either going to be a clean sweep or Jey Uso was going to eliminate 4 of them and then just couldn't get a final one.
As you can tell how much attention I was paying to this match, I missed the opening 10 minutes because I was cooking fish fingers. So I didn't actually know the Rollins had been eliminated until I just thought he'd just been eliminated like normal. And then I saw it afterwards and I was like,
What do you think of his elimination?
Well, it's alright saying, it's for the greater good. But A, that greater good's not going to pay off. B, why have Sheamus do it? There's Keith Lee and Riddle there. Like,
there's not Riddle there though.
And also, if you wanna get home early and just get in and out as quick as you can, then just like hit someone with a chair or something. You know what I mean?
I'll just walk out.
Kayfabe, don't risk a concussion. Just walk out, because let's face it, they were all too keen to count people out on that card.
Yeah.
Looking at you, the women's match.
The rumor was that AJ Seth doesn't want to work with Riddle.
Yeah, I saw that, but like, I don't think that's the reason he sacrificed. Like,
I'd like this list to Seth just breaking down. Finally, he's lost Murphy. He's actually lost Murphy now. He's just goes, what's the point anymore? And then it leads to him leaving, going on paternity leave.
well, I was gonna say, you see, that would make sense, but I think that's in done now. I don't think we're seeing on SmackDown.
I was hoping we'd see him on SmackDown to address his actions.
Thank you, goodbye. Put over those young up and comers, Rey Mysterio and Sheamus, and then obviously Murphy's fair enough, but I've seen people saying that how awesome would it be, Rollins goes away for like 2 or so months, comes back at the Rumble or like Mania season, and you hear "burn it down," and I'm like, no. The whole reason he turned heel was because face Rollins was annoying.
That's the thing. The pop would be amazing when you hear the "burn it down."
Well, that's all it'd be. It would be a pop.
Yeah.
It'd be a pop and nothing more.
I wouldn't be for it.
Yeah, I want. I'd like to see the Messiah stuff. I think there's legs in it yet.
I want him to genuinely recruit people and they stay with him for a while.
That's exactly what I was just going to say.
So and
the first person that came to my mind was Aleister Black, just to give him some direction. I know it doesn't suit him.
No, I'm not even about the suiting bit. I don't think Vince likes him.
No, neither do I. But I don't know. Would you have said he likes Murphy before any of this?
True.
He recruited Murphy back in pre-COVID times, didn't he? Did he?
Yeah.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
Rumble.
Wow. Oh yeah. Oh no, that'd be symmetrical storytelling because he recruited Murphy after he lost like 3 in a row to Alistair Black.
That would be good. I was thinking just in terms of he goes away and he comes back with 2 new members who were NXT guys who who didn't do anything in NXT and they want to be used to something as Seth's used his power, his godly messiah powers to bring them up.
Yeah. On we've still not seen Austin Theory on NXT yet.
No.
Do you think he's going back? Do you think he's going back to main
Imagine
roster?
that'd be poor Austin Theory, wouldn't it?
I don't. I thought he was quite good on me. I don't know. I'm just curious because he obviously got sacked off by Seth because of all speaking out stuff, and then he went back to NXT, and now he's not on NXT, but it's obviously part of the story, and I don't know where he fits in.
That's the thing. I think NXT is just too stacked for him again, as of right now.
Yeah,
He's the guy who I think just needs that one clear spot, but when you've got so many good wrestlers currently on your brand, I think it's very hard.
yeah. I'd say bring him up to main, but he'd get lost in the shuffle anyway.
Yeah, you would.
Right, match of the night. New Day and Street Profits, the Street Peas. New Day, kind of working heel, but not heel. Just to give the match a bit of dynamic, really. It want proper heel stuff, and the Street Profits got the win with like a super blockbuster, which was cool.
Mhm.
And then the New Day did the whole respect spot afterwards. Oh, they really like Street Profits, don't they? Street Profits is probably the best NXT call-up they've done in a few years in terms
Yeah,
of the way they've been booked.
that's the thing. I think if you take out the Viking Raiders feud, yeah, and a win over the New
Oh,
Day
I forgot
means
about
a
that.
lot, doesn't it?
Yeah, like I know the bar's not very high, but look, if you were to ask me, like when the Street Profits went up, are they more likely to botch the Street Profits or Alistair Black? I'd obviously say the Street Profits. They just have them in like comedy segments and stuff, but no, they've done it. Oh, I don't understand Vince. Like, what? He's Vince. Is he down with the kids? You know,
He's definitely down with the kids, Vince.
is he there in Gorilla wanting the smoke? Or, like,
He's
I
there
could.
drinking from the red cup.
They say that phrase an insane amount, like an obnoxious amount. That's got to be Vince's directive.
He's got to go, Vince. I just love this shit.
I love Vince loves the smoke. What can I say?
What can you say?
Just quickly before we go on to it, what did you think of the Undertaker thing?
Oh.
Right,
So,
that's all I need to know. No, we'll come on to it because I don't want to be too harsh on it.
no, it's fine.
Right, Lashley versus Sami Zayn. Heel versus heel, but Sami Zayn is basically face because he's outnumbered by like 4-1. He goes up for Lashley goes up for a vertical suplex. Zayn gets vertigo. Sami Zayn falls over next to MVP. Says MVP tripped him. Then the referee looks away. MVP does roll him in, and Lashley puts on the Hurt Lock, the Lashley Lock, the Full Nelson, the Masters Lock. Yeah. Sami Zayn. Oh, Sami.
It was typical Sami Zayn trying to not carry a match, but make a match memorable.
Yeah.
It was just typical Sami Zayn saying, he hit me, he did, I promise. And then it's the boy who cried wolf.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you could say like I know the dynamic is a little bit like he got what was coming to him trying to get the other guys DQ'd, and it's like, am I really meant to feel sorry for the 4 against the 1?
Yeah.
Not sure about that one.
Yeah. Poor Sammy.
Asuka versus Sasha Banks. These lot wrestled a lot in the summer, and they did more good wrestling here. And Sasha Banks won in about 11 minutes, I think it was. There's nothing more to say. The match didn't mean anything. It was just a good showcase for both.
Yeah.
Well done, all involved.
Well done. They did the best.
At least, hopefully, Asuka can actually get into something proper now.
Yeah, I hope
because
maybe
coming up
on
to
Raw we get
TLC, which she main evented last year.
I know. It's
Yeah.
like they don't care about football once Becky and Charlotte are not there.
Yeah. I really enjoyed that match last year. I think that's probably my favourite women's tag match yet.
Ooh, possibly.
It was really good main event of the pay-per-view.
It was good. Maybe.
Women's traditional tag.
Holla holla.
So again, I missed the first 10 minutes of this because I find these matches too long.
You were making another fish finger sandwich to get you through the segments.
What did I do? I can't remember what I was doing this time, to be honest. Who knows at this point? So I can't remember what happened here. Yeah, so basically, right, Lana was the sole survivor. Oh, that's what I was going to say. Bailey got eliminated first. What? Got eliminated by Peyton Royce.
I was like, this is great. This is a great push for Peyton.
This is awesome. Go Peyton. Let's see how they capitalise on this. Okay, right. She's been eliminated by Natalya and the Sharpshooter. Thanks for coming.
I hate it so much.
Yeah, right. Oh, that's what I was going to say. On Survivor Series, in kayfabe, he's no one arse because everyone gets put away by moves that they just wouldn't get beat by any other time of the year. And I know I'm not expecting like a 30 kickouts, Canadian destroyers, to put someone away.
Yeah.
But I feel like at Survivor Series, just because we've got to get through the pinfalls, people just like get beat off one move. That never happens the rest of the year.
Also, there was like matches that, like when New Day hit midnight hour, I was like, oh, it's over. But then the kicked out, I was like, oh, okay. I'm all for it, but it was a bit shocking.
Yeah. Well, that made sense though because they didn't have the muscle of Big E.
Yeah.
Like I'm totally cool with that. It's just the other stuff that's a bit.
I'm happy the way it's going with the New Day in terms of I'm sad Big E went on the thing, but it is a cool thing of like, oh, what they're going to do without Big E now? Because normally it was Woods and Big E.
Well, it was there with them because you can't have them you can't have Big E show up on SmackDown with them. But if you've got a game to promote, of course.
I mean, it does look really cool.
It was cool. But yeah, let's not let logic get in the way of some Gears of War DLC, whatever that is. But yeah, Lana wins just by she gets bullied by Shayna and Nia into standing on the stairs, and then Nia and Bianca Belair fight to a double count out, and then Lana celebrates like she won, and you could have done so much with this. You could have done she could have won, she could have had her and Bailey fight them too, and then crafty roll up or something. I don't know.
I don't even mind the finish. Fine, but have Lana just go not celebrate like she's won the match because she hasn't. It's just her going, oh okay, and then it's her just trying to evade Nia Jax or something, and then out of Raw you go, I know that I didn't do anything in the match, so I'm challenging Asuka for a title match, as I was the sole survivor, but because I didn't really do much, I'll challenge her to a match or something like that instead of, yeah. I'm just not a fan of Nia and Shayna saying stay on there, then she doesn't move at all.
Yeah, it's all right them saying stay on there, but you are your own person. Like you can make your own decisions.
Yeah.
Like I don't know. Yeah, it's such a shame as well because the Chronicle that they put out was really good.
It was great. It's her crying.
Really, really good.
It makes you feel so sympathetic.
Yeah, and it didn't wash all that goodwill away, but it was like I've been working so hard in the ring. I've been training with Natalya, this and that, and all I want is a chance to prove myself. And then it's like she gets the win off of doing like zero wrestling. It's like pay that off by showing us that the work she's been doing away from the ring translates into Survivor Series. It was an open goal.
Even if the final two was Nia, Shayna and Lana, and then I'm trying to think of a shitter for SmackDown. And
Natalya, she wouldn't beats the code.
Yeah, Lana tags herself in. Shayna's pissed off, but she didn't want to lose the match or something. Lana picks up the win, and Shayna's respecting her. Nia's like, "What the going on?" Lana gets the win. She's proud. She gets the title shot because she won it for a team. Like
this company.
Poor Lana.
Right. Time for my. I'm not going to say it's an unpopular opinion of the night. Reigns versus McIntyre. I did not care because there was nothing on the line.
Yes.
There was no stakes. Like they've given it an A+ here. It was. I'm sure it was a good match, but it's like everyone does good matches. But if there's no meaning or no consequence, I wasn't bothered, and I feel
So,
really bad saying that, and that's probably me being ignorant, and fair enough, but that's what motivates me to watch a match.
so the only reason that that I didn't mind the show is because I was watching it with some people live. So I was watching it with both Kieran's, and I
Oh,
think that
this
does
was a
help.
slog on my own in the loft.
Yeah. So I wasn't really paying that much attention to it. So I think if I watched it by myself, I would have hated it as much. But because I was talking to people while it was going on, it wasn't as bad. There were certain things I didn't like on that show, but this I don't think would be my worst, just because I wasn't paying as
Yeah,
much attention as the other things.
yeah. I mean, needless to say, Reigns won with the guillotine. I don't have anything bad to say about the match. I just don't have anything good to say about it. It was there.
Yeah.
It existed. Good showing, fellas. Right. 37 minutes of the show left. Undertaker farewell. Legends come out. Jeff Hardy, JBL, Kevin Nash, Rikishi, whoa, The Big Show, Shane McMahon, The Godwins, The Godfather, Savio Vega, Mick Foley, Shawn Michaels, Booker T, Ric Flair, Triple H, and full gimmick Kane
Any
all hit the
outliers
ring.
in there?
He definitely got pranked.
Oh, he
Um,
definitely did.
so, all right, at least Undertaker's got all his mateys there to say goodbye to him. Video package, Metallica, good video package, really cool. And all of a sudden, the legends have just been absorbed, and they're nowhere to be seen. What? What? And
So,
Vince McMahon's just eaten them all. Sounding like he's just woke up in the morning. He goes, "I gave to you the Undertaker." Okay, he looks like he's been dug up from the grave.
yeah,
He looks rough these days.
he does. He's
Which
had
I
to
don't
be
know.
70
Maybe
something.
I would say maybe he was just dressed for the occasion. Um,
Right.
right.
Yeah.
Um,
So when watching
I
this
can't,
live,
I can't remember what happened next.
who were the
Like, where
Godwins?
they were part of the Bone Street crew, but no, I don't actually know who they are either.
So I had to Google it. Turns out one of them
I'm
was Meridian.
uneducated. Right. Oh, okay.
Um,
Um,
and then when Savio Vega came out, okay, what's going on?
Bone Street crew again.
Yeah. And yeah,
Yeah.
after that, when it happened in live, I was like, oh,
Yeah.
okay, Savio Vega.
Yeah. It was just an endless line, and I was just looking at the clock thinking, we're 10 minutes deep now. Undertaker comes out. That takes up another 10 minutes. I don't think that's a word of a lie.
No, genuinely.
And it's cool. It's good. Right. So I watched this in the knowledge that there was no themed attack.
I
Um,
didn't.
so I knew what this was.
Yeah.
And basically, yeah, it gets in the ring. Oh, and now this is where it all falls down. So the thank you Taker chants are piped in. No, I don't want piped in audio for the Undertaker.
Silence would have been better.
Silence would. And then you've got like the people along with him saying rest in peace. Oh no. He grabs the mic, goes, says, it's been a good ride, everyone. Time for me to rest in peace. And then calls it a day. A hologram of Paul Bearer shows up and he kneels.
Really nice touch.
Oh, did you like that?
I did. I think it was your only way of getting Bearer in there. And
I don't know.
you had
I
to have Paul
thought
Bearer there.
people saying they were tearing up and stuff. I
I
think
wasn't
this is
tearing up.
partly because I started watching wrestling in 2012. Um, I don't have much nostalgia of the Undertaker. I only know the Undertaker as old guy who shows up a couple of years.
Same.
Therefore, I
Same
do
for me.
not have the nostalgia for him that would merit me getting excited for his farewell.
2013, I started watching, and again, it's the
Yeah,
same. I know
for me,
Undertaker as the guy who came back at Mania.
yeah, he's the old. I don't know. It's not. It's actually the old bloke who shows up once a year, but like, yeah, if it was if it was someone who I've watched from the start retiring, yeah, I probably would be a lot more invested. But for this, it was, and then he just went up the ramp, and that was the end of the show. They've
Yeah,
given it an A grade here. Fair enough if
um,
you enjoyed it. All power to you. Oh, I wouldn't have it main event one of the big four pay per views though.
no. So obviously
Um,
we've got some
yeah,
comments. Alexa just said it's so sad to see Taker dragged so long. Should have ended at WrestleMania 33. He also said Paul Bearer thing was great though, and Ben just said hashtag thank you Taker. I think
uh,
it was a good. If this genuinely was his thing, it was a good send off to go with. It was. I think there were
but
very few things.
can you tell me? Can you look at the swingman in the eyes and tell the swinger that this was his final farewell and that he
I
won't do
can't.
them in front of the crowd?
I can't swing her. I can't tell you that.
Yeah, too
That's
right, Daddy.
oh, don't ever. I think there was points I did like, but there was also I think the ledgers coming out, great touch. Why did they leave immediately? It really that
Yeah,
didn't fit well with me.
yeah, that was just confusing.
Because it's not even like a thing of COVID and stuff. Because well, they were all stood in the ring together.
Yeah, exactly. There's no logical explanation. I think Alexa hits the nail on the head. Taker should have gone at WrestleMania 33. The
Yeah,
world's saddest
you're right.
striptease. It should have. That were it.
I
That would have
think
been perfect.
it was perfect. You
People say
got
should
him
have
on
gone
time.
after Mania 30. No, 33. 33 was the one.
33 he gets to work with a couple of people who he might have wanted to and needed to, and then
Yeah,
boom, gets to go away for properly. I mean, we were sat and Kieran summed it perfectly. When as crap as this was, you've got to remember it is a good send off. Undertaker was the only wrestler who stayed in character for nearly 25 years, and
have you seen his cameo to Granny?
I haven't.
Have you not? Where
No,
he goes, Granny, happy 91st birthday. Good
and
Lord, that's awesome.
I think
It's really strange.
it is because it's Undertaker.
I,
But I think you've
yeah,
just got to take it with he is a WWE legend. He will go down as the greatest ever superstar. He is the only other character who really was his gimmick. You rarely ever saw him out of it until later on in his stage. That's
yeah, like,
that's why they gave him the ending.
yeah, yeah. I agree. Yeah, it was Brian Alvarez who tweeted that cameo. Alexa again says the Paul Bearer thing was great. Visually, it looked great. I just thought it fell slightly on the side of court cheesy.
It was a bit cheesy,
But then
but
again,
again,
that's because I don't actually have any memories of Paul Bearer
true.
because I'm an uneducated
Swine.
Generation Z.
I
Yeah.
think you have to
Um,
have there in some form, and have him as a hologram is cool. It's
yeah,
cool.
it's not an issue. It doesn't really matter. It just won't for me. Benbo says thank you. Taker Alexa. They could have made Reigns into the biggest bastard ever, and it would have been awesome. But as usual, they dropped the ball. Huh. So right in the moment, yes, they should have done it. They should have committed turn Reigns fully heel. This is my yard now. But with hindsight of what Reigns is doing at the moment,
Yeah.
this version of Reigns, I think, is better than anything they could have done.
If it was, we wouldn't have got this
Alive.
Reigns. I would have said no. But if we was always going to get this heel Reigns, I still would have also said no because the heel stuff wouldn't work. We're just very fortunate that we've got a good Roman Reigns now.
Yeah, but in the moment, yes, they should have committed.
Oh, 1,000,000%, yeah.
And they didn't have the guts to push the agenda all the way. My only hope is we see American Badass take it for one more time, so he retires in his state because I don't think that was his last time. I don't think that's his last time. I don't know whether they'll wheel him out for the first show back, whether for the first show in Texas, or whether they'll just do it at the Hall of Fame.
So,
I
what
think
I
Hall of
wanted,
Fame's a safe bet.
I was happy with American Badass WrestleMania. That's his go home. The one problem was I was watching, when we were watching, I was just going, Fiend needs to come out here. Undertaker is going to come back shortly. And it would have been the perfect opportunity. There in the ring, Undertaker, from the smoke, you see the Fiend. and then boom, mandible claw. I was hoping the Legends were staying in the ring, and the Undertaker comes out.
Would you
His
have done an angle?
Yeah, I would have done. Legends are all in the ring. Undertaker's in the middle. He goes rest in peace. The Fiend thing plays, and it's just the Undertaker laid prone in the middle of the ring, surrounded by these Legends, with the Fiend just have it like laying something over him, like a glove or something, and
Okay.
just saying, "I'm
Yeah.
coming for you."
I get why people would want that. It's fair enough. Personally, one for me, it feels. I know you meant to do the job on the way out, but it's the Undertaker, isn't it? Do
Yeah,
you not
he doesn't have to.
yeah, it's his special ceremony. He's Vince's boy. He can hardly he's not
Can
going
hardly
to
win.
do what Kurt Angle did and put over Baron Corbin on his way out.
No,
Although I'd be up for seeing that, to be honest.
so would I. Undertaker Corbin loser attires match.
Yeah, definitely.
Corbin.
Right, so that was Survivor Series. It was a solid show.
It wasn't awful.
You could miss it and ultimately still be in the loop and not have missed a single thing,
100%.
apart from the gobbledygook of winning the title, the 24/7 title. Until he lost it again to R-Truth. I need to add that.
Yeah.
But he dropped it to Tozawa in the middle. Right, AEW, the Young Bucks versus Top Flight. So they've just been signed, haven't they? As I alluded to at the start of the show, Darius and Dante. This were really good. It was like Young Bucks versus the Young Bucks, the younger Bucks. They're just quick high flying lads. It was all right. It was fine. It's just a good opener, isn't it? Really.
Again,
They're
we say every
can't
week
say them not.
their tag team division is stacked.
Yeah, more stacked than, and now they've got the Acclaimed and those two. That's just another one to add to it. On Dark this week, the Acclaimed rap before their match was really good, and Anthony Bowen's facial expressions, fantastic. I really want to see the Acclaimed on TV.
But as crap AEW Women's Division is, they really do love their tag team stuff, don't they? And it really shows.
If they could just spread the effort a bit more.
Yeah.
Hybrid 2 got the jump on Top Flight afterwards. Not that it really matters.
Perfect feud for the Top Flight to have, though.
Yeah, will they win? I'm not sure.
Hybrid 2
quite possibly, yeah.
Instead, like nothing.
Yeah, they've got no going for him. In kayfabe, that is. Obviously, they deserve better. Well, they don't deserve better because, like, everyone in AEW is awesome. Everyone deserves what they get because everyone's great.
You can't always get what you want.
Orange Cassidy and Kip Sabian. So Moxley said that he has a pregnant wife back home. Does he? Oh, okay, that's news. So
I liked it.
Well done. Yeah, it just took everyone by surprise, really, wasn't it? Didn't it?
Yeah.
So
I love Bailey's way of finding out Renee was pregnant. Have you seen it? So I think she was supposed to text Mox saying something about the baby. Accidentally text Bailey.
Yeah. Orange Cassidy and Kip just went back and forth for a good 15 minutes or so. Right, we're a bit of not a technical masterclass, but that was sort of what this match were all about. My favourite bit though was not Orange Cassidy getting the win, but they framed it. Have you seen this?
No.
So they framed it so that you can see Orange Cassidy getting the pin, and in the background is the commentary table. And as soon as the referee's 3 hits, Miro chucked off the headset, just like Usain Bolt out the trot, just legs it down the ramp as quick as he can, vaults in over the rope, and just annihilates Orange Cassidy. And you can see it coming from about 10 seconds off, like you can see his run up and everything. I was proper chuckling at that.
I know, right? So I know people are very annoyed at. Also, I've just seen it. You can just see it coming from my. That is great. I know people are annoyed at Rusev and Miro and how everything, and like how all of his stuff's happened with WWE and thing. I'm glad he's not been pushed to the moon, baby.
Yeah, I am. Yeah, totally.
I think if you push him to the moon, you are really shafting yourself when you need a new feud and you don't want to use him. Just have him at this mid card role for a while.
It's fine. Yeah, it's totally cool. Yeah, I agree. Next was one of the more unusual contract signings in recent times.
Yeah.
So we get the big Kenny Omega entrance. Turns out John Moxley's knocked out backstage. Tony Schiavone says if Kenny Omega has anything to say, and Kenny says he was just trying to avoid the fight. Mox was just didn't want any of them. Signed the contract
Who was it?
and left. Huh?
Who
Kenny,
attacked
surely. Kenny.
I was thinking Hangman. Hangman
Do you know
attacks him
what?
and
Right?
he beats Kenny.
AEW's storytelling is so complex that I can't even wrap my head around it. To like, I've got no idea. It could be anyone.
It could be Kenny and just
And that's all.
it
That's
comes
just
across as
great.
babyface and he's attacking the champions. It could be Hangman saying, "I
Yeah.
want Kenny. This is my only way." It could be anyone. Eddie Kingston. Like, you know what I mean? It could be anyone.
Yeah, they've called it anticlimactic here. It was anticlimactic, but I liked it. And yes, I probably am an AEW shill for saying that. But look, that's the level of goodwill they've got with me at the moment. I'll admit it straight up. The bunny and the butcher, the bunny and the blade all came to the ring for the Blades match against Pac. Yeah, so what was this? Oh, it was the Death Triangle angle, wasn't it? Triangle angle, right?
Triangle
So
Dynamite.
Pac didn't really have any ring rust. Got the win over Blade pretty comfortably in the end. And then then Ed Kingston come out. Butcher attacked him from behind. The Meat Man. Phoenix comes out, attempts to make the save, but they all sort of overwhelm him. Then Penta comes out, looks like he's going to attack Rey Fenix, but then goes after Eddie Kingston and the Triangulos de la Muerte. That's very exotic. They're back together. They could have told this over a few more weeks, but I like that they remembered it and they put them back together because they're a really cool visual.
Really cool visual, great name. Oh,
So,
perfect.
So a 6-man now. Revolution now. They'll do it at one of the big shows, probably December 2nd. Or whenever it is, of Butcher Blade and Pac versus Death Triangle.
Yeah.
Oh, that will be lots and lots of fun.
It will. It'll be a great match.
Serena Deeb against Thunder Rosa in the trademark women's position.
We love Serena Deeb and Thunder Rosa.
This were an excellent match between two excellent wrestlers. Just don't do it for someone else's belt. Do it for your own.
I know. That's
they're so close. They are so close. They're giving them the time. They're having a good match. It's just for the wrong belt.
Yeah, they're hitting the mark with the match as well.
The name there.
Storyline, everything with Britt Baker. Like, it's
on
all
AEW
together. Just do it for your own. Just change that.
The drastic improvement, though.
Yeah. Oh, fuck it. Better than what it was before.
Steps in the right direction. Happy days, the new Football Manager's finished installing. Right. Main event time. Team Taz. Ricky Starks. I can't do a Taz impression. Can you do a Taz impression?
No,
Ricky Starks.
I'm not even going to attempt it.
The machine Brian Cage. I love Taz.
I'm just not even trying to attempt it. I feel like I'm bordering hate crime if I try it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm probably already there, to be honest. But you just got to say it every time. I can't say any of their names now without not in a Taz voice. Right, so you got start. I'll try it. Starks and Darby Allin start for their team, so it's Team Taz and Cody and Darby. Team Taz just looks awesome, and they got the win in the end, didn't they?
They did. Great result.
Yeah, so the machine, Brian Cage, sits Darby up on the top rope, top turnbuckle, headbutt, and then it's like it was an avalanche Michinoku driver, won it from the middle rope for the pin.
Yeah.
It was Darby getting pinned on TNT. But then again, an avalanche Michinoku driver from the machine, Brian Cage, would probably put anyone away.
Also, I think this could work into Darby's favour in terms of storyline. As people didn't want him to be the champion. That's how it was all working out. And then when he can't pick up these wins as a champion, he starts questioning himself and everything.
Yeah, I love this. So basically, Cody doesn't take the pin because, of course, Cody doesn't take the pin. It's just another obstacle for Darby to overcome. And Team Taz get the win. I really like Team Taz at the moment.
They're great.
And then Will Hobbs comes down, joins Team Taz. So he turns on Gunner and sort of who does he hit with the chair shot? I can't remember.
It was Darby Cody. He hits the belt.
Is that it hits Cody? Okay, I hit him with the belt, doesn't he? Yeah, that rich belt shot to the head. Joins Team Taz, and then they sort of stand tall to end the episode. And Taz takes off his shades and just yells into the camera. And if I can find what he says at the end, I will replicate it, but I can't remember.
One thing I like is Will Hobbs' smile fits in with Taz.
Yeah.
I do love it because hold on, but I can tell you what he says here. I've got it up. We're just getting started.
We're just getting started.
There we go. I feel like the thing is you've interviewed so much Johnny Bananas, Johnny Swinger into me that anytime I just want to hear Daddy after it.
Oh well, we'll come on to the Swingman and his segment this week, but yeah, I was chuckling away at the end of the show. Just Taz, just yelling into the camera. Ricky Starks is awesome. Cagey's goofy, but he's just funny.
Yeah,
like Brian Cage is just funny at this point, and Will Hobbs is a good fit.
With all of them.
Yeah, I can't wait for this trio title. This episode of AEW, am I a shill? I don't think I am a shill because there was a period about 2 months ago when I was really indifferent to AEW, and I never really had anything to say. And I'm fully back on board. Yeah. Maybe it's just because I'm really disillusioned with main roster programming at the moment. But AEW, when Impact and AEW come on in the space of 24 hours, it's like I'm in wrestling heaven.
They have really, I think they're really finding their groove now. A year after they debuted, they are really coming into their own as their own company. I think if they stop doing as many jabs to WWE, I really do think they can really step it up a notch.
Yeah, completely. They just honestly, when they've nailed the no fans era. When they can get fans back in, because they've set so many, they're so in the swing of getting everyone going, and everyone's now got proper characters and stories and standing in the pecking order. The first year was just about sort of laying the groundwork to establish where everyone sits, but this was they're there now. They're at the point where they're an established company, and the moment they get back in front of a packed arena, they're just gonna. I'm just excited at the thought of what they're gonna do every week.
I think they are.
And
Go.
I don't want to say it.
I'm just looking forward. I am. I think they just keep doing what they do.
Yeah. So AEW was superb. Am I right to give you the first part of NXT whilst I take a comfort break?
Yeah, sure. Mate.
Just long as you don't do any Damian Priest impressions without me.
I'm sorry. I can't promise anything. Let me look at NXT. There we go. So the show opened up with the American champion, Leon Ruff, the North American champion. Obviously, he won it last week or the week after off Johnny Gargano. Actually, we'll read comments first. Chris has just said, "Hi lads, hope you're all well. I haven't been on for ages because I haven't watched WWE for years. So thought I'd come in comments and wish one of my favourite wrestlers a happy retirement. Hashtag thank you, Taker. You haven't watched WWE since Brock Lesnar ended the Undertaker's streak. So what's your favourite member of Undertaker win? I think, as we alluded to before, we also haven't been watching as long as Singh. So when we've been watching, the Undertaker hasn't been there. Oh, Undertaker win. Ooh. That's the thing. A boneyard match in that. I know that's sort of awkward to say, considering it wasn't a legitimate match and it was very recent, but it had everything. It had comedy. It had a really nice sequence of wrestling. It had a storyline. It had AJ Styles, the Good Brothers. It had everything. Yeah, I'll go with that.
Right. Have you got to the bit where Damian Priest just wallops Leon Ruff?
No, I haven't even gone into that yet because I just Chris asked a question and what's your favourite memorable Undertaker win?
Yeah.
And I said the Boneyard match.
Second question. Good idea.
I'll just
What
in my
question?
era.
What's your favourite memorable Undertaker win?
Yeah.
Yeah. I can't look past Boneyard.
Like memorable in terms, and that's obviously because I haven't watched much wrestling pre 2013. So
Yeah.
it's
Maybe he's win. Maybe he's So this is mad because like the first wrestling match I actually ever remember watching is him versus Triple H in Hell in a Cell
oh wow.
at
What
WrestleMania 28. Mania 28. So like obviously that was like the closest the streak ever came to breaking.
Mhm.
And because I didn't really know what the streak was, or I didn't know like who these two guys were, I was just like, yeah. And I wish I could have appreciated that a little bit more.
Oh yeah,
You know,
same.
having the context. But instead it was just, super kick pedigree, sure,
That's the
whatever.
thing.
What is this wrestling nonsense?
There is part of me that wishes that I could have watched the Undertaker from debut to now, just because I
Yeah,
think it would be a memorable thing seeing this guy never break
yeah.
character, be on a winning streak at Mania.
We'll have that with someone though. We'll probably have that with like Roman Reigns or something. I know
Hopefully,
it's not the same level, and I know times have changed, but you know what I mean. I think
yeah,
we will get that satisfaction of seeing like a main event from start to
hopefully.
finish. But yeah, right. I'll go on to NXT then. So title rematch: Leon
Yeah,
Ruff, John Gargano.
love
Um,
John.
so Damien Priest walks out to distract Gargano, and Ruff nearly wins with a roll up straight off the bat. But then, just as it looks like Gargano's going to win, Leon Ruff's outside the ring, and Damien Priest just goes, "Sorry, good," and just lays in a forearm and causes a DQ. And Ruff keeps the title, sticks the belt around his neck, and just takes him to the back. But then, backstage, William Regal calls out Priest for ruining the title match. And Priest says, I'm not going to do it. He says it was like just a bit of fun, it was just
Yeah,
jokes. And then Leon Ruff slaps Damien Priest and says, "I'm no joke." I love that bit. Bit of
I think.
character, bit of fun.
Yeah, that's what I think. It's simple. It's just a bit of fight from just going. I'm not. No, thank you.
Yeah. Now Leon Ruff says he'll fight both men for the title. Yeah, I like this.
Lovely.
This is good.
Not Mike is
Yeah,
really sick.
yeah, good start to NXT. Right. Blindfold match. Cameron Grimes and Dexter Loomis. So blindfolds are on. Loomis stands still. Grimes is sort of just flailing around the ring. Ends up laying in the boots to the referee, to the zombie ref, thinking it's Priest. No
Liked it.
contest.
I,
Huh.
I
This was this was one of these matches where I was thinking, if someone was to say to me, what WWE show would I need to watch? And I'd say, don't watch Raw or SmackDown. I'd say watch NXT. And
and then
then I
that
can
match.
just imagine a casual viewer tuning into BT Sport. I'm watching this and thinking, yeah, I'm all right.
Yeah, yeah, same. I did like it though. It's the thing of Grimes being a dirty heel. Just drop. Um, thinks he's knocked out Dexter Loomis. Turns out it's referee. Then using that to his advantage, and Loomis just having the wherewithal to know, yeah, and still beating him blindfolded.
Yeah, I mean, I've already said to you, I've not been too impressed with BT Sport this week. Team of the Year roting. Honestly,
CDM.
that picture of the Undertaker with Messi and Ronaldo, liquidate, please.
Eject it.
Yeah. Candice LeRae, Indy Hartwell versus Casey and Caden, the Jobber tag team, who get a lot of matches.
They do.
LeRae, Candice and Indy Hartwell won.
Yeah.
Yeah. War Games, Team Blackheart versus Team LeRae.
War games.
Pretty cool.
We're
Indy
getting it
Hartwell, I
back.
don't think was even on NXT this time last year, and she's already in War Games.
Fair play to her.
Yeah, with Shotzi probably to be fair.
Yeah.
Right, so, Kushida versus Arturo Ruas.
Yeah, go on, Arturo, the man who was drafted to Raw.
Where do you stand on this? Do you think this is okay, or is it brand split law?
Yeah.
Because he's Raw superstar Arturo Ruas.
He's not Raw anymore.
Raw, he's Raw Underground's finest. And he got a nice video package, and I was like, oh, that's cool. And then he just got beat really easily. I was like, I don't understand. I didn't get this. Am I overthinking it? Why bring a guy down from Raw, give him a video package, and then lose in 5 minutes?
That's the thing. Arturo Rouse is good. He's got a good gear, MMA guy. But yeah, if he's what's it called? No point.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, and I feel like we've had loads of false starts with Arturo Ruas. I feel like he gets loads of these kind of things. I don't know where I'm getting that from, but I feel like he's been around for a while and never really got going.
Underground, he was on a lot.
He was in that team with Cesar Bononi. Well, Cesar Bononi's been long gone from that company. Yeah. I don't know. He's good as well. I quite like him.
He is. Kushida should have won, and he did.
Yeah. Just don't book the match, really. In my eyes. Tony Storm and Ember Moon versus Dakota Kai and Raquel Gonzalez. So, yeah, Storm and Tony and Ember Moon are a bit sort of going back and forth about, oh, I want the title. Well, let's team up tonight and then we'll talk about it. So, this were quite good. Yeah, Tony Storm and Ember Moon got the win by pinfall. I think. So, do you remember how I was just the biggest fan of Bianca Belair earlier in the year? And I've sort of cooled on her a bit just because she's on main roster. And I cool on everyone when they're on there.
Yeah.
That fandom is now on Tony Storm.
She's great, isn't she?
She's just the look, ability, wrestling, promo, image. She's got it. She got everything.
She's the reason she's one I rarely watch indie wrestling. She was one of the wrestlers I used to watch because she was that good.
Yeah, I don't. I think I've said my bit really, but yeah, I really hope they do something with Tony Storm if they ever call her up.
I think they could do a slow build with her and be fine. She's still only 25, 26, I think, maybe even younger.
Yeah, well, she's young and blonde, isn't she? So that's a dub in Vince's eyes.
Yeah.
Right, what were next? Tim Thatcher and August Gray. So, it was okay. It was an all right match, relatively quick. Tim Thatcher tapped him out by submission. Yeah, I don't like it when they defeat these cruiserweight guys with such ease. But that's just me being a 205 Live stan.
Yeah, that's what we're at.
If there is such a thing,
I think it must have been things just saying, "Oh, poo the 205 boys." It must have been.
It's the first thing that runs through my mind.
No, that's what it was. We were looking at the old WrestleMania cards, and I was like, "Who are cruiserweight lads?"
Yeah,
they were always putting show after show.
Yeah. Well, what I was thinking was when they said Dual Brand Battle Royal for the Kickoff Survivor Series show, and I went, obviously they've got no ideas and they've just cobbled this together. I was just thinking, just do what you used to do in the good old days of 2017. And why don't you just stick Santos Escobar and Kurt Stallion on there?
Exactly.
What have you got to lose?
Nothing.
And what a spot that'd be for those guys.
Listen, it's the reason why Pac was so loved. It's the reason in his heel character. It's the reason Murphy, Ali, Cedric Alexander, all them got a bit of love.
Because they used to steal the kickoff shows.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Wish they do a bit more with it.
You're asking for much.
Io Shirai and Rhea Ripley. It's par for the course with these two, really, isn't it? They had a 20-minute match and it were really good. Io Shirai got the win. I think that's it now. Goodbye, Rhea Ripley. Main roster is calling your name.
Hopefully, just give that women's division on Raw a bit more.
Give it a bit of a boost. Hopefully, she might go with Asuka, and then if she beats Asuka, then Charlotte Flair comes back, and you've got a WrestleMania rematch. I don't know.
I think Raw's the perfect place for it to go.
Yeah, Raw needs the people.
Yeah, SmackDown
more than anything, really. So yeah, that was cool. And then the main event, the rushed main event, the Undisputed Era returned to take down Pat McAfee's Kings.
Love this.
Right. Oh, did you?
Yeah.
So Finn's back, says, "Well done, Io Shirai. I'm ready to get back to wrestling now." Then Pat's lads come out. Says he's brought friends. Undisputed Era come out, and they have a big scrap.
And it ends on the scrap. Lovely.
Yeah, and then .com exclusive Regal comes out, big smile on his face.
It's Adam Cole as well.
Adam Cole's like, "I'm begging you, Regal, say those words."
And Regal just goes, "You'll say
War
all these
games.
War Games."
War games.
Oh,
Yeah.
Regal's the best for War Games.
I'd like to hear Teen Taz announce War Games. Yeah, people like the War Games stuff. And by that I mean Regal saying it. It's all right. I get a bit of a laugh out of it, but I don't think I find it as funny as a lot of people.
No.
But it's all right, yeah. And it'll be a good War Games match. Pat McAfee will do something mental. He's basically Shane McMahon reincarnated.
He's Shane McMahon, but can actually wrestle.
Yeah, pretty much. And that was NXT. AEW was better, but NXT was respectable enough.
I like the ending.
NXT, I feel like they've lost the way a little bit. They've lost the groove.
I think both shows are just churning.
Yeah, they're both just plugging away. Look, what NXT puts out is still better than Raw or SmackDown.
1,000,000%.
Without a doubt.
Raw?
No. Speaking of Impact Wrestling.
Sorry. I'll be back in 2 seconds. But yeah, go on.
Right.
Let's see how many time you can say Johnny Swinger.
He really wasn't on that much this week. He only had a 60-second backstage interview. They were an emotional episode of Impact this week because it was all about the Rascals' farewell. It was the Rascals' last match, and that was basically what it was all about. So we started with. Wait, did you actually go for 2 minutes? Yeah. Right, Willie Mack versus Moose. So started with that, no DQ. So, after Willie Mack got the win at Turning Point because Moose, I think, got himself DQ'd. We had a rematch that was no DQ, and Moose got the win by TKO. So it was basically the same finish as what happened at Turning Point, but it was this time it was allowed. It was within the rules because it was no DQ. Moose, really good entrance. I really like sort of the he's got like a Cody Rhodes type intro now before his theme. I'm trying to think what it is. They use it on the X Factor a lot. I can't really define it any clearer than that, to be honest. So yeah, Moose. Oh, I think Moose is the man to dethrone Rich Swann. I don't think it's going to be a long title reign for Swann. Suicide versus Gio. Right, so instantly you're thinking, no way would they give Suicide a showcase match on a 2-hour episode of Impact. This is obviously an angle, because otherwise, what is the point? So action gets going for a minute or so, and then Eric Young leads out his new big boy, Joe Doering. Right, yeah. So basically, all you've missed is Moose. Willie Mack beat Moose at Turning Point because obviously Moose clobbered him too much. So then this week they had a no DQ match, and Moose beat him by TKO.
Okay.
I've just been saying that I think Moose is going to be the one to beat Rich Swann, and it's going to be a quick title reign for Rich.
Yeah. I like Moose though, so I think he does deserve it.
Oh, Moose is awesome. Moose is probably one of my favourite things in the company right now. Then we had Suicide versus Gio. And I was saying that if they're giving Suicide a showcase match in 2020, it's not a match, it's an angle.
Yeah, I love Suicide. I'd like to clarify that not Suicide the wrestler.
Yeah. And then Eric Young leads his new big boy down, Joe Doring, and basically just takes them both out.
Okay.
He's a really big man. He's got a unique look to him as well. It's quite wide, quite dent. No, I don't know. He's in shape, but he doesn't. But he's not in shape. It's hard to. If you look at a picture of him, you'll know what I mean.
What's it called?
Joe Doering, Doer. He's like he's got no pecs, but he's like quite wide.
Oh, he is a big boy. Oh, he's New Japan.
Yeah. All Japan.
No, Japan. Oh, Japan, sorry.
Eric Young says, "This man will be the reason you can't sleep at night. This world doesn't belong to you; it belongs to us," which was the tagline for Bound for Glory. And Young, and then he stood tall with his new matey. As Bleacher say, hey, introduce a new big man by having him smash and squash some fools. It's a formula as old as wrestling itself, but it never goes out of style.
Perfect.
I agree. Crazy Steve versus Brian Myers. Brian Myers won. Tennille Dashwood versus... there's not to say. Tennille Dashwood and Alicia versus Havoc and Nevaeh. In the Knockouts tag tournament. And Havoc and Nevaeh got the win because Alicia and Tennille Dashwood aren't a team. Tennille Dashwood, as her character literally says, it's all about her. So she's not asked about tag titles, so that's all right. So that were cool. I don't get Havoc and Nevaeh, but at least for once the established tag team wins. Yeah. Which is logic WWE doesn't tend to follow.
Is the tag team tournament started? Is this it?
Yeah, this was the first match.
Yeah.
I don't know when it came in the show, so I'll just come on to the Swinger segment now. So basically, he's invited into Tommy Dreamer's office, where he's doing his detective work. Dreamer says, Swinger, I think it was you. Swinger says he's got all the gimmicks in his fanny pack, starts throwing them out, got some magnets or something, then pulls the gun out. Dreamer says, obviously it was you. Swinger goes, what did I do? He's there holding the gun. And he's being taken to wrestlers court next week. And Swinger just looks angry. So you know that this week we're in for an absolutely classic segment. This wasn't much of a segment, but it just teed it up nicely for this week. There's not more to say than that. Roll on Impact Wrestling. Falabar versus Hernandez. Hernandez won.
Okay.
The main event was... That's the thing about Impact. It's either really good or just really nondescript.
And this week it was nondescript.
It was pretty nondescript up until this point. So we had a good half an hour for the main event. Rich Swann and Trey Miguel versus Des and Wentz.
Mm-hmm.
So two of the Rascals facing off, and then there's Rich Swann as well. But they weren't facing off. It was like a showcase match.
Yeah, it was a go-home match.
It was like a training match. It was just a banter contest, basically. So they show what they can do. They're just the Rascals high flying, just having loads of fun, really, for a good 20 minutes or so. Rich Swann gets in on the act. Finish comes when Trey Miguel catches Desmond Xavier with a Meteora, and then Swann reluctantly hits a super kick and gets the win. And then they all sort of just like pile on in the middle, and they're all like crying and stuff. And then it goes on for about 8 minutes, and they take off the jackets and like lay them over the top rope and stuff. It were really sort of heartfelt stuff. You can tell that they really enjoyed being there, and Impact Wrestling really enjoyed having them.
Because they wouldn't have done this.
Yeah, they wouldn't like WWE basically just go like they just say piss off. Whereas Impact fully just like pay respect to them and stuff. But it was a really nice send off. It was just there wasn't any story to it. It was inconsequential, but it was just nice to watch. It brings like closure to it, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, and that's what I'm quite loyal to them. I feel like they've been there for a while.
Yeah, they were in there 2 years. They said, which isn't that much, but I guess they've been a focal point in getting Impact Wrestling back up and running. Yeah. So they've not officially signed with NXT just yet. So at the moment, I think they're free agents, but I will await them showing up on 205 Live this week.
I'm about to say it's very likely.
So yeah, the Rascals go backstage, and then that's it. No, it isn't. Sami Callihan and Ken Shamrock jump them, sending a message to Rich Swann ahead of his match with the world's most dangerous man next week. So those older veterans, the Rascals, putting over the young up and comer Ken Shamrock on his way out. Classic Impact.
Well done, Impact.
Yeah, that was like a 30-second thing at the end of the show.
Okay.
So, like, they let them have like the proper send off and
Thank
stuff.
you, rascals.
They just showed them walking backstage, like they wouldn't have done that normally. But,
yeah.
So they got the best of both worlds in that sense, really.
Miley Cyrus.
And that was Impact. So I'm not excited for Ken Shamrock versus Rich Swann. I just want to see wrestlers caught. I'm sad to see the Rascals go though. They're a really good. They're a really good trio.
Is it NXT they're going to?
It's pretty much. It's widely expected that they will sign with NXT. So I'd love to know whether they'll get them in the developmental system and teach them the WWE way, or whether they'll just put them straight on programming.
Ooh.
So, right, on the other stuff. Have you seen the meme from NXT UK this week?
I have. I don't watch NXT UK, so I can't tell you.
It was like a meme though. Like it sort of did the rounds a little bit.
No, I hadn't.
So basically, in the main event was like a proper good like Falls Count Anywhere between. It was either Falls Count Anywhere or Last Woman Standing. I can't remember. It was Falls Count Anywhere between Kaylee Ray and Piper Niven for the NXT.
I have seen the thing that's doing the rounds.
Yeah, the one where it's the cameraman lying and he pulls the camera back and you can just see his yeah, quite. I didn't.
First of
all, I don't have anything to add. Just
NXT
why?
UK is pre-recorded. First of all, second of all, why has he got a stiffer?
Yeah,
and third of all, surely it'd be edited out.
Yeah,
surely someone has noticed.
Three very valid points.
Just absolutely mental.
Yeah, I could say what happened on the other three matches, but unless it really like ties into a storyline or something, it's not. It's not really worth me going over. 205 this week. We all love it. You love it. Everyone's favorite show. The Singh brothers the Bollywood boy defeated Ever Rise in a. Come on.
The boys.
Ever Rise, man. Were Ever Rise on NXT this week, or am I making that up? Do I just dream
they
that
were
Ever
on
Rise
the
on
WWE
NXT?
Watch Along for Survivor Series?
Were they?
Yeah.
I might have to go look at that actually. So Ever Rise took the loss, which that had ruined my Saturday before it had begun. And then in the main event, Ashanti Theodonis defeated Tony Nese. I guess it's a decent win for Ashanti over a former cruiserweight champ.
Yeah.
Not much more to say than that. That's really as much as you can say. They've not. There's no main event results gone up. So just gotta leave that. Unfortunately,
you could probably get. It would probably Ricochet versus Ali and then Cedric versus Humberto.
No, I'm going with. I might make a note of this actually. Humberto Carrillo defeated Lince Dorado.
Oh, okay.
And in the main event, Eric defeated
Grand Metalik.
Yeah.
Lucha House Party sweep.
Yeah, right. We'll come back to that.
One thing I like to say about Survivor Series, Angel Garza's got a lovely haircut.
Yeah, he got a fresh fade on it. Shame we'll never see it. He wasn't even asking me to love him from home this week. He wasn't on the show.
One thing I have realised when we were watching me and Kieran might have ended up just finding Angel Garza's girlfriend's YouTube channel where her and Angel Garza go to Disney. It's great.
I bet it is.
His fiance, sorry, isn't it? It's just really nice, wholesome content.
Yeah, he speaks fantastic English, doesn't he? I don't know if he does it on the channel, but he speaks.
No,
I mean, I do it on Raw and stuff, but I don't know why if they've got it in for Andrade because he doesn't speak English. Why have it in for Angel Garza? Who does? Raw. Oh, right. Right. Raw. Have you seen? Did you watch Raw? Yeah.
I watched it live.
Oh God, poor you.
Oh, I know.
That was terrible. All the SmackDown boys standing in a row.
Yeah.
Scrap Daddy kicks off the show.
I love Scrap
and
Daddy.
says that one member of Team Raw will have the opportunity to challenge Drew. Sheamus says Styles isn't the leader of the team. Oh, God, I thought we would be on this. They all interrupt. Riddle says dope because he's high lol.
And then he calls him a mongrel.
And then Braun takes exception to being the last to state his case, grabs Scrap Daddy by the collar and demands that he be chosen, and then headbutts him.
Yeah.
Right.
He's never said no.
This came out of nowhere.
Yeah. I just thought, oh, okay, why? That's strange.
It was really irrational. There was no build. It was just, here's a headbutt. Oh, okay. Because the New Day's win over the Hurt Business on Raw wasn't convincing enough last week, here it is again.
Do it 3 times.
I know they had an angle to set it up, but that doesn't make it right.
No.
Just don't. And also, they were like, the Hurt Business. His argument was like, "Oh, you got beat by the Street Profits, like what losers?" And then I was like, "Lads, did you not get eliminated in the Jobber Battle Royal on the pre-show?
Yeah.
Give it a rest." Then the New Day got a count out win. Then MVP restarted the match because he's now the general manager. Well, he probably is because Scrap Daddy's concussed. And then the New Day eventually got the win after what felt like 40 minutes. It was a fine match, but it just felt repetitive. Went through a couple of commercial breaks.
I think we went through 3 commercials.
Hurt Business aren't looking good. Or should I say, Lashley looks good. The other two don't.
The other boys, no.
Yeah. Riddle versus Sheamus. These two have got quite good chemistry, haven't they?
They do, don't they? The match went on for way longer than I thought, so I watched it.
I didn't really watch Raw because I had other jobs to do. I just know the results and how long stuff went.
Yeah.
Riddle goes up to MVP backstage. So MVP says, "I'm not your bro," and then Riddle's really sad, and MVP nearly corpses, but just about.
He just goes, "I'm not your bro," and he just goes, "Oh," and nearly gets MVP to cry because MVP's normally really good at keeping a straight face.
Yeah. Pierce is about to give his verdict on what's going to happen. Then Lashley comes up. Charlie Caruso leaves him alone. We go back to Scrap Iron. Randy Orton comes over. Mm-hmm. Right, okay. We'll try again later. And then he finally comes out and says that there's going to be 3 matches, and then the winners of those matches will have a triple threat next week. And the winner of
the other matches. Sorry. Because Riddle and Sheamus already happened on it.
Had it? Well, I think he did it before that match. I'm just adding it in. And then he says the winner of that triple threat will go on to face Drew McIntyre for the title next week. No, not next week. I don't know when it is. Probably at TLC.
The TLC.
The joke is that he said Drew McIntyre.
Yeah. I don't. Is that a concussion thing? Or did he was it genuinely a botch?
Well, it was because he was meant to say Drew McIntyre for the and run it close. It's for the Drew McIntyre for the fart. Just unfortunate.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Firefly Funhouse, where we got introduced to this week's topic is friendship, and we got introduced to the friendship frog.
We like the friendship frog.
And then Alexa Bliss kills him, and then they laugh. Yeah,
exactly.
I'm a bit over the Firefly Funhouse.
Wow. Right. Okay. First of all, I'm not going to say I'm over the Firefly Funhouse. I do. I like it. I like the whole thing. Some of the segments getting very repetitive, and obviously that's not a thing on Brer. I think it is obviously very hard to keep up with the original. But you've seen him beat up one of the other cast members before, so for him to just do it again, it does feel kind of irrelevant. They just need to come up with some new ideas.
WWE's one of their worst features is overexposure. Mm-hmm. And I feel like they've done so many Firefly Funhouse segments that just don't really lead enough.
That's the thing. If you do 2 weeks of what's it called? No 5 on us. Give Break a bit
They
of
should,
time to
yeah,
focus more.
they should do like one a month or something.
1 or 2 a month, yeah.
But look, there's a lot worse things Bray Wyatt could be doing.
1,000,000%.
That's just me. It's just you want the show to be the best it can be. Really,
Yeah.
I think that's all it is. And they never outstay the welcome. They're always quite quick.
Quick,
We
concise.
we somehow end up with Lana versus Asuka for the title.
So backstage, Adam Pearce
Well,
finds
I know
Lana.
there was a segment, but
You can have a
yeah.
women's title shot, and Lana goes, "Oh well, I'm gonna have to think about it. I'm not really ready." And Asuka goes, "Biz says
What a
you
loser
get a title
mentality.
shot."
Yeah, that was it. Nia Jackson, Shayna Baszler drew a DQ. Solana got the win because that's her gimmick now, winning without doing anything. Yeah, and then we end up with a tag match: Asuka and Lana versus Shayna and Nia. Asuka and Lana got the win, and then didn't they clear the table? Yeah, Nia Jax attempted to put Lana through a table, but she dodged it. And then Shayna Baszler put the clutch on Lana. And then Asuka interrupted that and got a pinfall win. I wasn't watching.
I actually quite like that. Lana gets caught in the Crusader clutch outside. Asuka sneaks behind when Shayna's got her cheeky roll up. That was quite nice.
Just get on and announce Nia versus Lana in a tables match. Just do it, and then don't do it any longer than that. It'd been all right for you. Long-term booking. It's been going on since like August.
Also, by the way, do you know that Nia Jax and Shayna are the women's tag team champions?
Why did they say that a lot?
They just haven't acknowledged
or
it.
They just don't defend them.
Don't defend them at all.
Yeah, yeah.
It's been a while.
Those belts were dead in the water on arrival.
I know.
Keith Lee versus Bobby Lashley. The story of Keith Lee's career so far. It just ends in a non-finish. So that the winner goes into the triple threat match for next week. And Keith Lee defeated Lashley via DQ after MVP sent him into the ring post behind the official's back. Lee gets put in the hurt lock. MVP but breaks out, and then MVP just comes into the ring and I think just starts beating him.
Yeah.
It was very nondescript. Keith Lee's new music though is a drastic improvement on his old one.
I just miss basking his glory.
I think we all did, but I think this one will grow.
Yeah, it's a grower.
It's got a bit to it.
Yeah.
So, and if I'm saying it's all right after 2 times hearing it, then after a few more times I'll be great with it. What isn't good theme music though is Nikki Cross's southern Lacey Evans type music. Why?
Huh?
I know she's had it for a few weeks. I just don't understand it.
I like Nikki. She showed signs of what's the word of insanity, Nikki. Like when she had Alexa's head and just kept on slamming it, that was sanity, Nikki. But
it's not character consistent with what she's doing. I really want my friends back, but I'm also this like unhinged, wild.
Yeah, no, it don't work.
You know I'm not particularly enthusiastic about Nikki Cross. I was when she was in Sanity.
I like she was great in Insanity.
Nothing's personal. It's just at the moment I'm really not bothered. I don't know why. I think I was just thinking about I was going to say no dislike of a wrestler is personal, and then I just thought, is there any dislike of a wrestler who is personal? No. And then I thought about Lars Sullivan, and then I just remembered Lars wasn't on SmackDown again.
No.
Do you think
it was 3 weeks of him doing a lot of promos and just zilch?
Do you think they've realised how crap his Raw is, or do you think they're just like repackaging him, or do you think they've lost faith, or do you think he's just on the scrap heap with the Forgotten Sons?
Who knows? Well, I was like, yeah, where are the Forgotten Sons?
Do onto others. I like I'm gonna say I like the Forgotten Sons. I like not Jackson Riker.
No, because he's a bad man.
Yeah, this was quite good. So Alexa Bliss She basically does. She pulls a Roman Reigns at Hell in a Cell.
Yeah.
He drops to her knees, tears of confusion. I don't know what's happening, and then hits an STO, which was as close to her sister Abigail as she could get from that position.
I didn't realise Nikki's Alexa's taller than Nikki.
Yeah, they're both very small.
Yeah, but it was when there was some age. I didn't think she was so. She was that tall then.
Yeah, and then Happy Alexa just gets the win. Wasn't a match; it was just story progression. I'm not particularly invested in the Alexa Bliss stuff, but for what it was fine.
Yeah,
it served as a story that I'm not particularly into, but that's my choice.
you just have to keep on going, don't you, with it?
I won't shit on
I
it.
have faith in Wyatt's stuff that it might pay off.
Yeah, fair enough. And then the main event, the final triple threat match the final match to get into the triple threat of the evening was Randy Orton versus AJ Styles. Right. Have they started calling Big Ninja Omos?
I don't think so. I thought it was the associate.
He's got a name. He's called like Omos or like Amos or something.
Hold up. Let me go to her.
Honestly, see if you can find it, because I can't quite make it out. They called him at a Survivor Series as well. He's like Omos. It's weird. All I can think of is like,
on both of them. So.
all I can think of is like Ben Amos, the League One keeper.
From Manchester United.
Yeah. Right, I'll do the... Have you got it?
No. Unless he's not on the official roster page.
Keep hunting. This is definitely a thing. The way I'd imagine it's spelt is like OMOS or something, but I don't know. So they had about 10 minutes of actual in ring on this match without ad breaks. That is, but the match really got going when 3/4 of the way through it spilled to the outside of the ring, and then the Fiend shows up sort of behind the barriers, behind the guardrail. Yeah, it was a cool visual. Orton's terrified, and then he disappears, and they're like, "Where's the Fiend gone?" And I was like, "Oh, come on, guys, just show the camera on the other side."
Yeah,
but,
spin the camera.
I know what they've got to do. Yeah. So that caught Orton off guard. Randy hits a draping DDT on Styles, but the lights go out, and then the Fiend appears again. This time on the apron, startles Orton. Phenomenal forearm. Styles gets the win into the triple threat. So it's Styles versus Keith versus Riddle for the number one contendership to the Drew title. The Drew title? Drew's title. Yeah. I think it's going to be at TLC. Do you think? I think Styles wins, and we're going to get Drew versus AJ, face versus sort of kind of heel, and we'll just get loads of standoffs between Drew and Omos, Big Ninja, Giant Ninja, the Associate, and Shane McMahon's Raw Underground bodyguard.
Here we go. Omos, AJ Styles. Lol, AJ looks like Swoggle when Omos lifted him up. AJ Styles and Omos.
Have you got it? No.
Oh, there you go. So AJ Styles' bodyguard is named Omos, and he's 7'3". Yeah.
Yeah, Omos. Right then. So he's got a name.
I prefer the Associate.
Raw this week was it was a slog. There wasn't much happening.
No.
That being said, I'm looking forward to TLC purely because it's a pay-per-view that's going to have actual storylines on it as opposed to Survivor Series. So if that's the benchmark that they've set these days, that's a low bar, but at least it's something.
And they don't just set the bar, they are the bar, so... Shut up, Rowan. Shut up. I miss the bar.
Because I'm hosting the show, I don't have a main event.
Don't you? Well, let me think. You know what? That's our fun. I'm trying to think of something. Off the top of my head, what can I do? You know what? War games. What would be your dream war games out of the NXT roster? We'll do the men's because the women's division is probably the matches. The women that are in the match. Men's roster. What is your dream war games match?
Well, it's the era, isn't it?
I'm gonna try to do people who are not in it. I'm gonna go for who do we go? I feel like it should be Cruiserweight. I'm gonna go Legado del Fantasma and Angel Garza. No, Angel Garza's not an NXT, is it? I'm adding an Angel Garza to NXT.
You can pick alumni.
Yes, I'm going to have Legado del Fantasma and Angel Garza versus who would I love to see in a War Games match? Strowman, Omos, Big Show, and AJ Styles. So you've just got three
Okay.
guys and AJ there, and the shot of the Legado and Angel looking up at the big lads and AJ. I think it works well.
I would have the Rascals and Johnny Swinger against Eric Young, Joe Doering, Sammy Callahan, and Moose.
Okay. Okay. See, we're ready.
Impact War Games.
That would be cool. Well, what's happening to
They kind of have their own, don't they? Didn't they do Lethal Lockdown or Six Sides of Steel?
Yeah, what's also happened to Blood and Guts?
They'll do it. They'll do it when they can get back to Rochester.
Yeah.
That being said, though, I would go with your idea of the cruiserweights. But I'd have like a proper alumni. So I'd have like Ali, Murphy, Cedric. And probably like Pac or something.
Yeah.
So I got the alumni, and then I'd have them face the best of 205 at the moment. So 4-on-2 handicap against Everrise. I don't know. I'd have probably them against like Humberto, Angel, and
Santos
Escobar, and someone else.
And
Swerve,
then like
I don't know.
Brian Kendrick or something. The Brian Kendrick.
The Singh brothers.
The Singh brothers. The Bollywood bros. I miss Bollywood bros. They were great. Oh. But you ready to do the outro? See if he remembers it.
Oh, it's me, innit? I don't know what you've got to plug.
There's a Champions League goal tonight and tomorrow.
There's a Champions League. Tune in tonight and tomorrow for the Champions League goal show, and other programming. Keep an eye on the channel. Damn straight.
We've got the Villarreal. Josh has got the Villarreal FM21 save as well. That'll be up. I think that's up every week.
Yeah. Why am I saying yes? You're not telling me. Are you telling me? No, I'm not.
Telling everyone.
I'm very much looking forward to next week, purely because it's a pay-per-view free week before we've got 3 on the trot. Because then it goes War Games, Impact, Final Resolution, and then TLC, all within 3 weeks of each other.
And also, we've got the December 2nd AEW show as well.
Oh, my God. Oh, that's all right, though, because that's not additional programming.
No.
So I don't mind that. But yeah, that is a big show. I know what you mean.
Just get ready. At least we've got a free week this week.
I was going in Raw are calling it. They call them not December 2nd show, Winter Wondersland or something.
That's a great name. It's a great name.
Yeah.
So tune in next week for that. But Simon, do you want to take us out?
Yeah. So I've been co-host Simon. Why am I co-host
you've been
Simon?
You've been the host.
I've been host Simon for once. Probably not again. Although we did get to 1 hour 33. I've been joined by Rowan. Thank you for joining me.
It's all right.
Thank you. Where I just mumble. Thank you.
No,
yes. Oh, you're very welcome. You're very welcome for letting yourself into your own stream. And that's that. Thank you for listening, and we'll see you next week. I don't have the power to end the